Mendelism, we are discussing about the Mendelism. The research work done by Mendel and his the principles of inheritance all are included in the Mendelism. So, in the Mendelism topic, we are going to discuss these topics. The content of the Mendelism is as given below. First, we shall discuss the introduction of genetics. Next, advantages of garden pea plant. So, why the Mendel selected the garden pea plant, Pisum plant, for his research work? What is the advantages of this plant, and why he is succeeded by taking this plant? And Mendel studied characters. Mendel, he studied only 7 opposite characters in garden pea plant. So, what are the characters that we shall discuss under this content? Technical terms of the genetics. So, in genetics, there are many terms which can be used when discussing the genetics. So, that terms you have to know. Without the knowledge of that technical terms, it is not possible to understand the genetics. And monohybridization. So, Mendel did this monohybridization, and next to dihybridization. After doing these 2 research works, he concluded 3 principles. They are law of dominance, law of segregation, and law of independent assortment. And back cross and test cross shall be discussed under this Mendelism. Now let us discuss each one. First, introduction. So, genetics is the science which deals with the hereditary and variants. So, it discusses how the genetic characters, how the characters are transforming from parents to the children, and how the children are different from the parents. So, how the characters of the parents are going to the children, offspring, and why the variations are forming in the children. All these can be studied under the genetics branch. So, let us know the history of the genetics before going to the topic of the Mendelism. Carolus Linnaeus and Coleridge, they developed many hybrids by pollination process. So, by taking the desired plants and by artificial pollination, they developed many hybrids. And Coleridge published a book on plant hybridization, how hybridization can be done. On this process, he published a book. So, all these scientists, they did research work on genetics, but they did not formulated the any principles, laws of the genetics. Later, Mendel carried experiments on Pisum sativum. And the difference between the earlier scientist and this scientist is, what are the observations he found? All the observation he recorded. So that was useful for the future generations. So still now we are studying the research work of the Mendel, the findings of the Mendel because of his record. And Mendel, he born in Austria. First he did philosophy and he became a priest. Later on, he did natural science in the University of Vienna. So after coming from the university, he did experiments on Pisum sativum. So after doing the research work on Pisum sativum, after his findings, after his research work, he published a paper named Experiments in Plant Hybridization. But his experiments, his findings was not focused to the world. But nobody believed the findings of this Mendel until the findings of the Hugo de Vries and Karl Correns and Schermark. So when these three scientists separately, independently, they did work on genetics and they also got the same results as Mendel got. So after these findings, they found the importance of the research work done by the Mendel. So they believed that the Mendel did much work in the genetics, but that was known until his death. After his death, when these scientists they focused the findings of this Mendel, then world came to know the research work of the Mendel. So he did a lot in the genetics. What are the findings, whatever the research work he did that paved a path for the development of the genetics. So he is called as father of genetics. So Mendel is the father of the genetics. So he selected the Pisum plant for doing his research work. Why he selected the Pisum plant? What are the advantages of this Pisum plant? Why he has selected this Pisum plant? So the advantages are, it is sexually reproducing plant. It is not vegetatively reproducing plant. It is sexually reproducing plant, so that we can do experiments. And sexually reproducing plant is only needed for the studying of the genetics. And bisexual flowers. So these are the Pisum plant having bisexual flowers. So since it is having the bisexual flowers, in the F2 generation, he did the self-fertilization. It means in the same plant, he fertilized. In the same plant, he pollinated. So since it is a bisexual flower, then only it is possible. If it is monosexual, it is unisexual flower, then it is not possible. Definitely, then he needs another plant for doing the crossing. So due to bisexual flowers only, after getting the F1 generation, he did the self-fertilization. And next, self-pollinated flowers. Actually, though it is a bisexual flower, it is having the self-pollination. Since it is having the self-pollination character, then it is useful for getting the F2 generation. And it can be grown easily so that we can get the offsprings easily. And in the Pisum plant, there are many variables and that can be detected very easily. And it is an annual plant with a short life cycle. so that easily we can get the number of generations, f1 f2, like that we can get the number of generations within a short time. So it is useful for the doing the research work. No need to wait for a long time, and it produces many offsprings, many children, so that it is useful for the studying of the different types of the variants. And controlled crossings can be made. It means we can do the crossing between the desired plants. So we can control the crossing. So we can do the pollination between the desired plants. Whatever the plants we desired, we can make crossing between that plants only. And true breeding lines are variable and fertile hybrids are produced. So when crossing is done in pea plants and the hybrids are fertile, if they are not fertile, it is not possible for the another research work. It means for getting the another generations. It means if we get F1 generation, if they are not fertile, it is not possible to get to F2 generation. So these are the characters which are having in the garden pea plant, and which are advantage for doing the research work, so that this Mendel selected these garden plants, garden pea plants, that is Pisum sativum. See, in pea plant, in Pisum sativum, he did research work only on 7 opposite characters. 7 characters, and which are opposite. He focused only on 7 characters. They are seed shape, and how the shape is of their seed of the Pisum sativum. The dominant one is round and the recessive one is wrinkled. So he has taken 2 opposite traits of 1 character. So regarding the shape, he has taken 2 traits which are opposite, and color of the seed also grey color and white color, and color of the cotyledon yellow and green, which are 2 different traits, but the only 1 character of the color of the cotyledon. And shape of the fruit, one is inflated and constricted, and color of the fruit, one is green and yellow. That it is only 1 character, color, but the traits are different. And position of the flower, axillary and terminal, and its length. So it is a climber. So its length, is it tall or dwarf? It means is it short? So he has taken 6 to 7 feet plant as tall and 3 to 4 feet plant as dwarf. So Mendel focused only on 7 characters, and each time he focused on only 1 character, so that only he succeeded. Whereas other scientists, they focused on different characters, on more than 1-2 characters. But Mendel focused only on 1 character, but later he focused on 2 characters and also 3 characters. So he did monohybridization, dihybridization, but trihybridization. Whereas other characters, other scientists, they focused on many characters, so they were not succeeded. Mendel only succeeded by this kind of research work. So technical terms of the genetics. Some technical terms are there in genetics. Without having the knowledge of these technical terms, it is not possible to understand the genetics deeply. Next, we are going to discuss the monohybridization, dihybridization. There we will get these technical terms. So if you don't have this knowledge, there it is difficult to understand. So gene So gene is responsible for every character in an organism. If you are having long nose, then the gene is responsible. And if you are short, the gene is responsible. And your cheeks are chubby, the gene is responsible. So for every character, there is a gene in organisms. So each character is represented by one gene and alleles. So alternative forms of a gene. So each gene having two different traits. For example, for the color of the cotyledon, just now we discussed yellow and green. It is only one gene, color. Color gene is only one gene, but it having two different forms, yellow and green. So this yellow and green, these are the alleles. So each gene have two alleles. So each gene is responsible for one character. One gene is responsible for one character, and one gene represents two alleles. In these two alleles, one allele belongs to mother and another one belongs to the father. For example, capital T and small t, it expresses the tallness, but it has two alleles, capital T and small t. So in these two, one belongs to mother and another one belongs to the father. So capital T and small t are alleles. So remember that every character is expressed by one gene, and every gene has two alleles. In these two alleles, one belongs to mother and another one belongs to the father. And dominant allele. So in these two alleles, when only one allele character is expressed, these two alleles character is not expressed. So when having these two alleles, in these two alleles only one character is expressed and the another one character is not expressed. So the allele with which character is expressed is known as the dominant one, and the allele which is not expressed its character is known as the recessive. For example, take capital T and small t. So capital T denotes tallness, capital T, small t denotes dwarfness. So when it is capital T and small t, the plant is tall plant. So capital T character is expressed, small t character is not expressed. So capital T is dominant one and small t is the recessive one. So then generally the dominant alleles are written in the capital letters, like tallness is the capital T and roundness capital R, and recessive one is the written in the small letters. For example, take short or dwarfness small t, and for wrinkle small r. So for dominant alleles, capital letters are used, and recessive alleles, their small letters are used. Actually, these letters are not present in the organism. Just for understanding, we are taking these letters. For example, for yellow character, we are taking the capital Y, which is the dominant one. And for the recessive one, we have to take the same Y, but it should be in the small one. So we have to take the same letter for every characters. So every character has two different forms. For example, take in human beings color, black and white. So for the color, only one gene, but it has the two different forms. So when which character is expressed, that is dominant one, which is not expressed, that is the recessive one. Take for example, in human beings, generally we see that the wife and husband are purely black, but sometimes their children are white. It means the black parents, they are having the white character in their genes, but that is not expressed in them, but that whiteness is expressed in the children. So this whiteness is recessive in them. The black is the, that is the dominant one. And homozygous, so we know that each gene have two alleles. When the two alleles are same, it means if these two are dominant, that is homozygous. If these two are recessive, that is the homozygous. If in these two, if one is dominant one is the recessive one, it is heterozygous. It is dominant one, it is recessive one. So when two alleles are same, it means either dominant or recessive, then it is homozygous. When the two alleles are different, it means one of these two is dominant and another one is recessive, then it is called the heterozygous. Phenotype. Phenotype means the character which is expressed by the organism. The character which we can see with our naked eyes is known as phenotype. Just now we discussed that the black parents, they are having the white children, so their phenotype is black, but the genotype is different. So genotype means the genetic constitution of a character. For example, just now what we discussed, the black parents, so they are having the genes of capital B and small b. Capital B denotes black and small b denotes the white. So due to presence of capital B and small b, they are in black color, whereas in the children, the two small b enter into the gene, so they are in white color. So phenotype means which we are seeing with our naked eye is phenotype, but the genetic constitution is different, so that is the genotype. So it is the tallness, and it is the smallness, and it is the, and capital Y yellow, and small y, and it is the green one. And F1 generation. F1 means, F means it is the filial generation. Filial generation. Filial means that is the children. And first filial generation means F1. It means first generation of a parents. And F2 means second generation of parents. So the offsprings which are from F1 is known as F2. So from parents, the first generation is F1, and from F1 and the next generation is called the F2. Now let us discuss the monohybridization. Monohybridization means crossing between one pair of opposite characters possessing plants is known as monohybridization. One pair, see, tall and short, this is the one pair. So this is one and this one, so two, it means one pair, but these two are opposite. So one pair of opposite characters possessing plants. So here we are taking only one characters but different traits. So this is monohybridization. So here we are crossing the one character of two different traits. So this is monohybridization. If you take two characters, two traits, there is dihybridization. If we take three, it is trihybridization, like that. So it is dihybridization. So for one character, we have to take two different traits. One is tall and another one is short. So here we are taking the pure tall plant and pure short plant. So for tall, it is the dominant one. So we are taking the T. Generally, we take the first letter of the English word. So tall. So first letter is T. We are taking. So when we are taking this capital T as the dominant one, then we have to take the small letter of this one only as the recessive. So capital T, it is the tall plant, and its small letter is dwarf plant or short plant. For example, if we take the black character in one beings, capital B, if it is dominant one, then we have to take the, for white one, small b. So we have to take the same letter only, but it should be in the small form. So here capital T is the tall plant and small t is the dwarf plant or short plant. So from this capital T, so this gamete is forming with the capital T allele. So generally you can get doubt that what is happening to this another allele. So this allele also enter into this gamete. So when we write the another gamete, it also same as this gamete. So representation of the same gamete. So we are writing only one gamete. When there is a possibility of same type of gametes, then we have to write the only one gamete. See here, with this allele, one gamete is formed, and with this allele also one same type of gamete is formed. So these two are same. So instead of writing these two which are same, here we are writing the only one. And here also small t, here also possibility of the formation of the two gametes with this one gamete and with this another gamete, but since they are same, we are taking the only one. So when these two gametes are crossed and this capital T small t is formed, this is the F1 first generation. So capital T small t is the genotype, but here capital T is the tallness. Capital T denotes tallness, small t denotes the dwarfness. So capital T small t is there. So when capital T is there, then it suppress the character of this small t. So generally you think in one street there are two rowdies. One is a big rowdy and one is the small rowdy with doing the small mischievous things. So when big rowdy is there, then this small rowdy cannot affect in any manner. So when this big rowdy is not there, then the small rowdy can show his effect. So here this dominant, when this dominant allele is there, then this small t cannot show its effect. So that this tallness is being expressed, that is the phenotype, and its genotype is capital T small t. And next in Mendel, for getting the F2 generation, he did the self-fertilization of F1 plant. It means he crossed in the same plant, in the same flower. Since it is a bisexual flower, it is possible for the self-fertilization. So he did the self-fertilization. So capital T small t, one plant, he is taking the single plant only. In the single plant only he did the self-fertilization. So male plant, this one, and female plant, and this one. And one more thing you have to remember, this symbol shows the male character and this symbol shows the female character. Instead of writing the male, Instead of writing the female, we have to write these symbols. So this symbol shows this is the male plant, and this symbol shows this is the female plant, and also this one. So here we are taking the same plants. Since it is the self-fertilization, he is doing the same flower within the same flower. So here you see in this gene, two alleles are there, capital T, one allele, small t, one other. So this capital T is entering into one gamete and forming the one gamete with the capital T, and the small t is entering into the other gamete and forming the other gamete with the small t. And in the same manner also, here also capital T, the one gamete with the capital T and another gamete with the small t. So from this plant, two gametes are formed, and here also two gametes are formed. So here each gamete can cross with the gametes of other plant, any gametes of other plant. It can cross with this plant, it can cross with this plant. So there is no obstacle, there is no hindrance for crossing with the any one of other gametes. So this is producing two gametes and this is producing two gametes. So this gamete can combine with this gamete, and there is a possibility of that this gamete can also combine with this. When this gamete cross with this gamete, then capital T is formed. And when this gamete cross with this gamete, then capital T small t is formed. So there is a possibility that any gamete can combine with the any other gametes of opposite sex. So that here two types of plants are forming, and this gamete also it can cross with the any one of these two gametes. When it cross with this gamete, capital T small t is formed. When this cross with this small t, and small t is formed. So see here, four types of offsprings are formed. It doesn't mean that only four offsprings are formed, but many offsprings are formed, but only four types of offsprings are formed. Offspring means children. So capital T is the dominant one, and this also dominant one. So the capital T character is expressed, that is the tall. And here capital T small t, when dominant and recessive two are there, then only dominant allele will be expressed. It means it suppresses the character of this small t for not being expressed. So it is also tall plant. And it capital T small t, it is also tall plant, and small t. So when small t and another also small t are there, then its own character is expressed, because there is no capital T which can suppress the character of this small t. So there is no any covering, any suppression. So this short character is expressed, that is dwarf character is expressed. So these are the phenotype. So means plants are appearing in this form, but its genotype constitution is different. See here for tall capital T, here for tall capital T small t, and here tall for capital T small t, and for the dwarfness or shortness small t. So it is the genotype, it is the phenotype. In phenotype means that what we are seeing in the organism with our naked eye, that is the phenotype. But for each phenotype, the genotype is different. It means here also tall, but here genotype is capital T, and here is capital T small t. So that is the genotype. And it can be this process, this what we did here, this can be expressed in the form of checkerboard. So here for two gametes are there, two gametes. So based on the gametes, So you add 1, 2 plus 1 and make it square, then it becomes 9. So draw the checkerboard with the 9 boxes. So how to draw the checkerboard? So first to take the gametes, how many forming from one plant, and add plus 1, then make it square. So here 2 are there, plus 1, it becomes 3, make it square, then it becomes 9. So here 9, we have to draw this checkerboard with the 9 boxes. First box we have to cross like this, and in one half of the box, we have to make it as this female gametes, so that we have to write the female symbol, and in these gametes, and they are the male gametes, so we have to make it as with the male symbol. So next we have to cross. So each gamete has to cross with this gamete. When this capital T crosses with this capital T, then capital T is formed, and when this crosses with this one, then capital T small t is formed. And next when this gamete crosses with this gamete, and capital T small t is formed, and when this gamete crosses with this one, then small t are formed. So here totally 3 tall plants are. This is tall plant, this is tall plant, and this is tall plant. So this is the phenotypic ratio, and this one is short plant. So 3 are tall plants and 1 is short plant. So phenotypically 3 are tall plants, 1 is short plant. So phenotypic ratio is 3:1. But genotypically it is different. See, capital T, it is only 1 is there. Capital T small t, it is 2, 1 plus 1 2, and small t type only 1 is there. So 1:2:1. This is the genotypic ratio. So phenotypic ratio of the monohybridization is 3:1, and its genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. And let us recollect the content which we have discussed in this video before concluding this video. We have discussed the brief history of Gregor Mendel, about his birth and his study and his experiment, and later we have discussed the advantages of the garden pea plant, for which the Gregor Mendel selected for his research work. Next we have discussed the characters, the 7 characters on which Gregor Mendel focused for his research work. So here he worked each time on only one type of character. Later on he worked on 2 characters, and next to 3 characters. So what are that characters? What are the 7 characters that we have discussed here? And next, the technical terms of the genetics. So I think you have understood the meanings of the technical terms which we generally use in the genetics. I hope you understood well, so that you can do any genetic problem with the help of these technical terms. And next we have discussed the monohybridization. So how the process is taking place, and what is the ratio of phenotypic and genotypic of monohybridization that we have discussed. I think you all understood well. I hope it is clear of the contents which we have discussed here. Thank you. Best of luck.